Hey, welcome back to Helpful Home Inspector, you guys. We're here with another product review and a little unboxing today. We'll come back with a little bit of review at the end of here after I had a chance to operate a little bit. But today we're talking drones. I use a drone almost every day. Okay, so when I'm talking about doing a roof, I'm usually going to be using a drone to do that. If I'm in a FAA restricted flight zone or something like that, or there's too many trees or something like that, I will still get up on the roof occasionally. Or if there is something that I think I need to get up close and see and touch, in that case, I will get up on the roof whenever possible. As far as using the drone goes, it makes it a lot safer for me. It makes a 720p video that I can show to all my clients on site right there, so they can see exactly what we're talking about, without them trying to get up on my ladder and climb up on the roof and putting them in danger and everything. But also it doesn't put me in danger. Make sure I can go to home to my family every day, which is very important to me. I've been flying drones since 2010, and when I first started flying drones, this was the go-to. This was the it's a Parrot AR drone 2.0, and it was controlled by your cell phone. It has basically a Wi-Fi signal that is controlled, but this thing's a monstrosity. It's huge, and it wasn't very expensive, but it was where I started, and kind of learning the controls and all that kind of stuff. But it does have a camera on it and stuff. I would break it out when I had a tall roof or anything like that that I needed to get up and see something that I couldn't get to, or in winter time when I couldn't get up to look at the chimney. This would allow me to do that, which was good, but it was tough. I wouldn't fly very often because it doesn't have any GPS locking or anything like that on it. If a gust of wind came across, it would take this thing and shove it all over the place. I mean, I'd be pulling it out of trees. This outer protective foam here has been glued together so many times, it's not even funny. This cover does come off, and they have replacement covers that you could get. There is a more sporty one, but this is kind of the base of the drone. Yeah, I mean, it worked good for me to get started on, but eventually the technology got a lot better, and I moved into other drones. Like, I got my first DJI drone. The first DJI drone I got was a Phantom 3, I believe it was. Phantom 3. This one here is a Phantom 4 Pro, and that's what I've been flying for the last, probably 6-7 years. I've been flying the Phantom 4 Pro since it first came out, and it's been a great drone for me. It's got a little bit more beef to it, so it handles the wind a lot better and stuff like that. I also, at some time in the past, I would fly the DJI Spark, which was great. It's what I give all my guys when they first start. So when they first start, I don't want to give them a super huge expensive drone. I don't want to spend $2,500 to $3,000 on a drone for them. So what they get is they get this Spark, and for the Spark at $600-700 bucks, you can get into it for a nice little package that comes with all the extra propellers and all that kind of stuff. It all said and done with all the extra batteries and everything was maybe about $1,000 that I would put into it for each of my guys, so that they could have a drone to fly on site and do their roof videos and things like that. It does shoot 720p video and works great. With the DJI Spark, a nice little package, whatever. The batteries and the flight time's reasonable. It's about 15-20 minutes and worked really good. On the Phantom 4 Pro, the flight times are a little bit better, a little bit over 20 minutes, pretty much guaranteed. But ultimately, I like the Phantom 4 Pro because of its wind stability, and it doesn't get pushed around very much. But I also can shoot in 4K, and I help my wife with a lot of real estate photography and stuff like that too. So getting some of those really crisp pictures, that camera is great. The gimbal on all the DJI drones works awesome. That first drone here, there was no gimbal. The video was all over the place. I mean, you need some seasickness pills just to watch the video on that first one. It was a good drone for me to get started with, but the DJI has really changed the marketplace as far as drones go, and everybody in the market is trying to catch up to DJI. They're just far and above the best product out there as far as not only the technology but the quality. They have a good repair policy and things like that as well. So I've crashed this drone once and sent it back, and within a week I had a new drone, and they only charged me $250, I want to say, to get a new one. Basically, when they take it in, they send you a new drone, basically is what they do. They say, okay, all these parts are the parts that are going to need to be replaced, and for $250 we'll send you a new drone. Had to replace sparks and things like that from crashes from the guys before. It's something that when I first crashed my first drone, very first Phantom, crashed it, went into sport mode. That was a big mistake, by the way. Tried to repair it myself, and that was not going to work. There's too many little parts and pieces and everything else. It just I should have sent it in right away, and it would have only cost me $250. Instead, it cost me about $500 worth of parts that I tried to get this thing to work, and it never really worked well after that. I did get it back into the air and everything, and it flew again, but it was a lot of work, and spent more money than it would have cost me to have the DJI repair it. But yeah, crashing a drone is kind of a thing. So when you get into drones, you got to know that, hey, there's a chance that I may crash this expensive piece of equipment, and knowing that you have a company like DJI that's going to be able to make that repair and get you that new drone or get you back up and running for not all that much money is a really good thing. Now today I do carry a DJI Spark in my truck as a backup in case something goes wrong with the Phantom, so that I can still do my job. But the DJI Spark in my truck, probably the batteries might even beat that on it because I don't use it hardly ever. The Phantom 4 Pro has been so reliable for me, and it's worked really, really well. Drones really should be a part of every home inspector's tool bag, you know, something that you need to use to do a good job as a home inspector, because some things you can't get to, and sitting on the ground with a pair of binoculars, not gonna cut it, you know? And you also gotta make sure that you go home to your family every day, and the roofs that people are putting on homes today, lots of times they're much steeper than they used to be. So the days of that ranch with a 12-floor pitched roof, very uncommon, you know? So you gotta get on these steep pitch roofs, and if you're gonna climb up on that, very, very dangerous, and using a drone to do that evaluation is much, much better. Plus, and some guys are like, oh, you can't inspect a roof without getting your hands on there. Well, I can get this drone down within 6 inches of the roof surface and shoot 720p or 4K video of that roof surface to tell you how much grain loss, is there any cracking, damage, or anything like that. From the air, I can see imperfections in the pattern that might clue you into there being problems in a certain area or another. Also, I can get off the end of the roof, whatever, and I can look straight down to see if there's any sagging or anything like that going on, any dishing in the roof. Really a great tool, and it doesn't put me in danger, but it also doesn't put the roof in danger, because walking on the roof, you can cause damage. You can put your foot through the roof if there's a soft spot or something like that. And you know, lots of times when we're talking about doing this drone video, it's just a really great thing to be able to show your clients that entire roof surface, and to document it also for your own protection, to make sure that somebody doesn't make claims that you didn't see something or whatever that wasn't there when you originally did the inspection. So when I shoot a roof, I'm shooting the entire roof. I'm shooting any chimneys, protrusions. I really do a thorough job of inspecting that roof, and then what I can do is I can generate that video, throw a little music into it with the DJI video editing app that they have on their software. But it really works great. My clients love it. You can just read some of our Google reviews and some of the things they're saying about the drone video and things like that. They really do appreciate that. So today, I'm bringing you our newest member of the fleet, which is a Mavic3 Pro. So the Mavic3 Pro is the newest drone we're adding to our fleet, and I'm gonna start carrying it around in my truck and using it on a daily basis. Now, one of my guys, Mike, he's been with me for a long time, and so we upgraded his Spark a while ago to a Mavic drone, and he's loved it. Let's get into this thing. We're gonna open this guy up. We did get the Mavic3 Pro Fly More option. So the Fly More combo basically comes with spare batteries, as well as the ND filters and things like that for the lens. This is the Mavic3 Pro Cine, so it does have that Cine camera on there, so I can actually zoom in. I can choose which camera I'm gonna use, whether I wanna use the Hasselblad, the zoom camera, or the wide angle camera. So that works out really good. And we also got it with the DJI RC controller. There is one level higher controller that you can get, but it's almost double the price. Not double the price of the whole package, double the price of the controller adds into the package or whatever. So yeah, let's open this up and see what they all got in the box here for us. So the first thing is this outer wrap here. And so the Fly More packages, the combo packages, they always come with this bag or case of some kind, not something I usually end up using. Ultimately, the bag is it's a serviceable bag. Some people like it, some people don't. It's all about your personal preference. So we're just gonna unload everything here. There is the drone. So that's what that guy looks like. Let you guys take a look at that while I get everything else out of here. There's the controller. Looks like a charger. Not sure what that is. Some cords. And then in the, there's a top pouch here. They have the instructions, which, we might use that, we'll see. See if there's anything else in the bag here. Doesn't appear to be. So the bag's, it's sturdy, but the clip is weird on it. So it's got this, like a opening, and then there's a slot in here. And I guess they're relying on you having a little bit of tension pulling up on it, because you just pull this down and it comes right off. It's not, doesn't feel like, oh, maybe there's a magnet in there. Yeah, there's a slight magnet in there, so that would help hold it in place, I guess. So that's what it looks like if you want to see the bag. Inside, they do have some separations. So this little thing here on the front, you just pull it down. Inside, there's some separations in there. We're gonna set that off to the side. First thing I will get into here is the drone. So the drone, they do have a safety cover kind of over it, and then they have this guard on the front here. Looks like a couple of straps here. Another pull, got a pull down with a magnet thing on it again, it looks like. So take that off. This whole thing, yeah, that actually works pretty slick. So on all of my, so like for the Spark, I get a little clear cover that goes over the lens to protect that gimbal, and I have a gimbal protector for the Phantom 4 Pro as well. I guess this is what they have for a gimbal protector, and actually didn't work too bad, so that will probably do its job. And then on the Mavic, all the legs here, they basically pivot out and lock into place. These ones, you gotta, so these side ones actually go down and up. And then that's how it sits. So I'll let that just kind of hang out there and mellow for a little bit while we open up some of these other packages. So this is the controller. So I decided to go with a controller instead of using my phone or anything like that. I just thought it's gonna be, I like using the sticks and things like that a lot. On the Phantom 4 Pro, it doesn't have a built-in screen. This one does have a built-in screen. So the built-in screen right there, really good resolution from everything everybody's saying. So we'll see the little sticks that go on here are stored in the back here. There's a little storage spot. I don't know that I'll ever put them back in that storage spot. I'll probably keep them attached to the controller the entire life of this unit. Just screw right in there. And no antennas in here. The antennas are internal, so kind of different. But because on the Phantom 4 Pro, you have to basically flip these antennas or whatever. You can get antenna extenders or stuff like that. But everybody says these are really, the internal antennas do just fine. So it does have our sport mode and all that kind of stuff. Controls up here, return to home, and the grips are kind of, it's kind of a little rubbery, you know, so they can not drop it or anything, and it still has your rollers to adjust your camera and things like that, which is kind of nice. But that is the controller. Let's see if I can't prop that up so you guys can, let's see. Spark, you're gonna help me out with that. So there's that. You can kind of see what that looks like a little bit. This first bag is probably, so the Fly More combo does come with some spare propellers. I'm guessing that's what this is. Yeah, so these are just a whole bunch of spare propellers, which is good. There's different propellers for different props on here. So if you're using these two corners, you're gonna have a big, thick, solid gray circle. On the other ones, it's gonna have a real light circle. So you just gotta make sure you're using the right props to spin in the right direction on those different corners. But they give you different spare props. When I ordered all of this, I haven't gone through props a lot. So but I'm a little bit of a Boy Scout. So I like to have more props than I'm gonna need. So I did order some spare props right from the DJI store on Amazon right away. So I have plenty of spare props. When do you replace the props? So every once in a while, you'll hit a bug or something like that or whatever, and that can take a nick out of it. Otherwise, if you get too close to something like a tree or something like that, you might hit a prop or whatever. It may not take the drone down. In most cases, it doesn't. But if you hit a prop or whatever, you can cause some damage to it. Sometimes as you're coming down and landing, sometimes the wind will push you a little bit. You can drag one on the ground or something like that. But yeah, the props, having just some spare ones is just a really good idea. Making sure that they're always tight on there is also a good idea, because they can occasionally, if they're loose, they'll come flying off on you. So make sure they're always nice and tight on there. This guy is going to be so this is a 3-port charger. So the Fly More combo comes with 3 spare batteries, this is pretty heavy, so I'm guessing that's what's in here. But this is a 3-port charger, so I can charge all 3 batteries at the same time. So it's going to have our charging cord. So this cord here is going to plug into the wall, and it's going to have probably a converter in here. So they have all these different plugs for international. So DJI is a Chinese-based company. So when you see these weird plugs and stuff like that, these are for overseas. That's what they use a lot, and not something that we're going to be using here. We're going to be using our regular 2-prong charging plug, which they have 2 of them in here. So those are the ones we'll be using for that. And then this guy's a little bit heavy. So, okay, so this is basically what this does is it converts the electricity and it works with the charger. So this guy plugs into there, then this guy plugs in, or there's got to be another cord. Because this has a USB-C port on the end of it, so there's got to be another cord in here for that. Yeah, so here's a USB-C to USB-C. And then, yeah, USB-C to USB-C. So that'll work there, because this has 2 USB-C ports on the back of it, and this is where the power goes in. Now, they do have one thing in here that's tiny. I don't know what this is. Tiny package. Oh, you know what? It looks like, yeah, there's spare handles for the control. So they gave you a couple of spare ones of those too. So yeah, cool. I'll probably just store those right in the back of it because I'll probably never take the ones off that are on there right now. And then we have this guy. Not really sure what this is either. It's kind of 4 inches by 4 inches here. DJI on the thing. It's got a little cover on it. Oh, okay. So this is cool. So this is the package here, and what it does is it opens up here on the front. There's a little clasp that goes on there, so that pulls down, and then this opens up, and inside of there is the ND filters that it comes with. So the ND filters, basically, depending on your lighting situation, will help you get the right lighting for your shot that you're looking for. So yeah, these are the ND filters. Buying them separately, you can. I don't know if they come with this cool case though. This is a nice little. It's a hard case, so yeah, that's kind of nice. So there's one battery already plugged into the drone. This is what the batteries look like. So that's one of the batteries. Yeah, and then these guys are just gonna charge the charger like that. So that's that. Now on the drone itself, there are some of these little pieces of tape that are holding things in place. You're gonna have to remove those. So I'm gonna just grab that there. These are basically covering up some of the sensors. So this does have 360-degree obstacle avoidance, which is gonna be awesome. The Phantom 4 Pro that I've been using for a long time does have good obstacle avoidance in the front, to the sides, and to the bottom, but does not have obstacle avoidance to the top. This one does, which is kind of nice. And then on the DJI Spark, it does have obstacle avoidance, but the obstacle avoidance is on the bottom and in the front. That's it. There's no rear or side obstacle avoidance at all. But the DJI Spark, still did a great job. Works great for my guys. They love using it, and it's a nice tiny little package that they can fit in their truck, car, whatever, very easily. Little foam pad here behind the gimbal. Probably gonna keep that. I might like to lock that down a little bit because when I'm going, I'm gonna be taking it in and out of the truck and stuff all the time, so I want to be able to lock that gimbal down. The gimbals can be very sensitive, so you want to be very gentle with them. They work great to keep you a nice balanced shot as you're moving around and stuff like that, but they can be very temperamental if you give them any shock or anything like that. Most of the time, if something goes wrong with your gimbal, all you gotta do is restart your drone, and it'll reset the gimbal, and everything will work fine with that. Yeah, so that's the DJI Mavic3 Pro Cine. Cine is what that goes in as on the Amazon, if that's where you're looking to buy it. Otherwise, you can buy it straight from DJI if you want. The battery's right on the back over here, and you push this button once, it'll tell you what the battery life is. If you push and hold it, that'll turn the battery on, and then the battery, you just push these 2 little clips and it takes it out, so you can charge it. And then we have the 3-port charger here, so when we're charging them all, that's what that looks like. Yeah, that's the DJI Mavic 3. Kind of a cool drone. I'm looking forward to flying it. We're going to get it all set up. Now with most DJI products, you do need to do updates and things like that to get everything flight ready. And then we're going to go on the FAA. We're going to register this guy, and we're going to use the label maker. We're going to put basically it's a number that the FAA is going to give you that you have to put on the outside of your drone in order to fly it. And I will put that on. There is one other accessory that I got. So the FAA recently changed the rules about night flight, okay? And the rule change with night flight is you can fly at night. but you have to have strobes, and you have to be able to see them from a ways away. So what I did was from BuyFly, I got a set of strobes, and so we'll be able to charge that up or whatever and put them on the drone if I ever want to fly at night. And then other accessory that I got is I always get a case. So while it comes with that bag, okay, I always like to get a nice hard case. So this hard case I got here from Start RC, and it basically comes cut for the Mavic 3 Pro. So basically what they do is they pack it with the foam here, and then the foam is cut and designed so that the batteries will slide right into the slots here. The controller goes right in the middle here. The drone goes right on the end over here. So you just take this foam out, and here's all the pop outs that I took out from there. But the Mavic drone itself fits right in here. The battery chargers and stuff goes in here, and then there's an extra pouch over here to put other stuff in. But yeah, great little box here. This is Start RC. The one I had for the Phantom 4 Pro obviously is a much bigger because the drone is larger, it takes up more space. Yeah, getting a hard case is always a really good idea to protect your drone. Also, these hard cases, they're waterproof. They have like a little rubber seal on there and stuff, so it keeps moisture out of here, which is always a good thing as well. But one that locks down is always a good idea. And then they also, with this one, and as a lot of them, they do have models that you can get that have actually got locks on them for traveling and things like that. But I didn't get that because I'm not going to be taking this Mavic 3 on the road probably with us. But this is a nice little must get if you're getting a drone of any kind. Our Sparks we have a hard case for. We have our Phantom 4 has a hard case, just really to protect that drone. It's a very expensive investment. When you make that kind of investment, you want to make sure that you have the ability to protect that investment. So getting gimbal guards like this one here comes with the gimbal guard. The case are very important. You want to make sure you get those things to protect your drone. All right. Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. Remember, the better you take care of your house, the better it's going to take care of you. We'll see you next time.